As I've been blessed enough to have more and more financial success in my own life, and I've seen others have such great financial success in their lives as entrepreneurs, there are two base fundamentals I see from them. And these two base fundamentals, when understood, can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in profit or millions of dollars a year in profit. I've seen it done time and time again in real life by entrepreneur after entrepreneur. But you've got to understand these two base fundamentals fully. Once these two base fundamentals are understood fully, everything will start to come together. Everything, all the tactics come after these two base fundamentals are understood. I used to kind of understand these several years ago. I kind of understood the way things were going. And then as I've had more and more financial success throughout my life, I've seen that these are the two most important things and everything else comes beneath them. So I hope you guys get a ton of value out of this. This is definitely a life-changing video for some of you out there. Some of you guys that are already doing great as entrepreneurs and are already filthy rich, that maybe there are a few of you guys watching this, you will understand every single thing I say in this video. So the first one I want to share with you is actually the easiest one to understand. This is the much easier one in my opinion to understand for most people, okay? And this first one is what I like to call better, 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 keep, okay? Better, 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 keep. What this one basically means is when you're in business, okay, you're an entrepreneur, you're either gonna come out with a product or service you're selling, okay? Whatever it may be, whatever your thing is, whether you're trying to sell a product to consumers, whether you're trying to sell a product to businesses, whether you're trying to do a service for consumer type customers, or whether you're trying to do a service for businesses, okay? Whether you're B2C or B2B, no matter what you are, you've got to always be in the mode of you've got to create something better, better, better until you get that thing where you need it to be. And how do you know when you need to be? Well, when your customers are coming in and flocking to you each and every time and you have what's the best in the market or one of the best in the market. That's when you know. You've got to be willing to make it better and better and better constantly. It can never be something you just like, you know, chill back unless it is that great that then you can keep it in the keep category. But unless you're already having massive financial success, you always need to be in the better, better, better situation, okay? For instance, okay, let's say you start a burger chain, right? You start a burger chain. Your burgers better be freaking phenomenal, okay? If they're not, then your customers that do actually come to you, they're not gonna come back. So what do you need to do? You need to make those burgers better and better and better and get your whole recipe down. Get it where your burgers are freaking phenomenal and people keep coming back, okay? Once you get that, then the proof will be in the pudding at that time, and you can just keep it there. And if you can keep it there, then you will keep continuing to grow your business. Think about In-N-Out Burger in this situation, okay? In-N-Out Burger is a perfect example. They found what is supposedly a perfect burger, right? That's what a lot of In-N-Out customers say. This is the perfect burger, right? And what do? They just keep it at that. Every single time you go to In-N-Out, I've been to In-N-Out 100 times. Every single time that burger is equally as good as the time before. The lettuce is always fresh. The tomatoes are always fresh. The onions are always perfectly cut. The patties are just perfect. The meat is delicious. Every single time I go there, it's the same exact quality. Where a lot of businesses fail is they fail once they get to that better thing, right? They fail to keep it at that level, okay? Which is why when you go to a lot of fast food burger places, right? Their burgers are always like, maybe you get a good one this time, and then maybe you get a garbage one the next time, and the lettuce is all brown on it or whatnot, right? So they weren't able to keep their way. In-N-Out Burger is a perfect example of a company that was able to keep their way, and that's why they can pay store managers $120,000, and the local other fast food burger place, right, can barely afford to pay their general managers like $35,000, right? It's a difference. They're able to keep it. Some companies aren't, but you've got to be in the mode of getting better and better and better until you're at such a place where you are so far above the competition that you can just keep it at that place. That's the first one. That's the easiest one. That's actually the easiest one. But most people fail here. Most people fail here. A lot of people start businesses or start whatever type of entrepreneurial venture they want to do, right? And they never really get better. I mean, I cannot tell you how many people that are on YouTube, right? And they have dreams of growing on YouTube. Just so an example, since we're watching this on YouTube, they have dreams of growing on YouTube and they've been at it for years and years, but their content never got better. Their thumbnails never got better. Their on-screen presence never got better. Their channel strategy never got better. They never tried to get better and better. So many businesses that are started out there, they never focus on we need to get better today. We need to get better the next day. They just don't understand that. And that is why the majority of businesses fail. They don't understand you've got to get better and better and better until you're up to such a high place that then you can keep it. And the keeping it's key. If you don't keep it, then your business is going to fall back down and you got to build it back up from that point, okay? So this next thing I want to talk about is the 5 levels. The 5 levels of what you go through when you try to sell a product to somebody, sell a service to somebody, try to put whatever it is you're doing out there in the world, whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're a musician, whatever it is, okay? We're going to go through a lot of different examples and I'll kind of share with you each category, okay? Now, the main reason you want to understand this is for the laws of probability, and so you don't get too frustrated and give up, because what happens to a lot of people is they give up on whatever their dream is because they get too frustrated, because they don't really understand the levels of things, okay? And probably they didn't even understand the better, and then keep philosophy, right? But what happens is the majority of people, okay, are not gonna want whatever it is you have, okay? The majority, they just don't want whatever it is you have, okay? Whatever your product is, whatever your service is, whatever you're trying to do out there, like the majority of people are not gonna be interested, okay? You're not gonna sell the majority of people out there, okay? It could be 80%, could be 90%, could be 95%, could be 99.9%. And in most businesses' cases, most social media people's cases, right? It's going to be 99% plus. The ones that if you can sell 20% of the population on something, like you're going to have one of the biggest companies in the world, right? We think about Apples and the Googles and whatnot. Those companies are so freaking massive because they can sell a good portion of the United States and China and different markets, right? But the fact of the matter is you got to understand the majority of people don't want whatever it is you're doing, okay? When I started my real estate marketing company, I was sending those emails. The majority of people, they didn't want what I was having to sell. They're not interested, okay? They just weren't interested. Maybe they had somebody they're already using for video and photos and things like that. They were not interested. And that was the majority, like 95 to 99% plus of the people were just not interested at all, okay? The next ones you have is the someday, okay? This is a somewhat of a possibility someday. These are hard sells, but maybe someday you can get in there, okay? Maybe someday they can be your customer. Maybe someday you're interested, okay? When I think about like my YouTube channel, right? The majority of people that watch my videos don't end up subscribing, okay? But I know maybe one day they will subscribe. Maybe one day they will become a true fan of the channel and whatnot. Maybe that first time they just didn't connect with it or whatnot. But I understand the laws of probability, and I understand that there's a lot of some days out there, okay? And by the way, the majority of people, like I understand, like they're not going to be interested in my channel. That's fine. I understand that, and so I never get too frustrated about that because the majority of people aren't. They're not going to be interested in what I'm doing here, okay? That's the bottom line. Next category down you got to understand is this is the barelys, I like to call it, okay? This is they're like barely your customer. I hope I spelled this right. I never spelled barely. Did I spell barely right there? I don't know if I've ever spelled barely in my life, but this is the barely category, okay? These are people that are barely your customer, okay? I've had people in my real estate business that were like barely my customer, like try me out one time and like this was going to be really hard to do and really hard to get them as my customer. You know, whether I'm on YouTube or something, there's a lot of people that watch my channel like that are barely here, right? Like they might watch one video here and there and like, you know, who knows, they could forget about the channel forever tomorrow or something like that. That's going to be a huge segment of your population, but these are potential bigger customers, okay? They're technically your customers now. They're just really, really small ones, okay? And they could be easily lost. These are the ones that could be easily lost. The next category down is a very small one, but it's called the trues, okay? So in your business and your product you're trying to sell, these are the ones that are definitely down for it, okay? These are the ones that are definitely down for it, and they're going to support you and all those kind of things, and whatever you go through, they're going to support you, and they do a lot of business with you, okay? So they're going to buy a lot of your products and services and things like that. These are the trues, okay? And you have a very small minority down here, which is the best one for you, which is what I call your biggest fans, okay? These are your biggest fans out there. These ones are just like crazy supporters of your business or your company or whatever you're doing, okay? You know, when I think about this for YouTube, for me, like I have a lot of people that are like such big fans of this channel that they will buy every single product I launch. They buy literally every single thing I've ever launched, which I think I've only launched 3 or 4 products ever, but they bought every single one. I've even had 4 people that literally bought my stock options course after they had already joined my membership group, when the membership group has the entire stock options course in it. They went out of their way to purchase a $197 product just to extra support me because they're that big of fans of the channel. These are like, you know, the rare opportunities, okay? And you will have some of this sometimes in your business. Like in my real estate marketing company, I had 1 or 2 customers that literally I could say anything to them like, oh, we should do this such and thing. And they'd be like, let's do it. Let's do it. Like anything you could say, they're like, let's go, let's do this. They're the biggest fans. If you're a musician, right? These are the people that are like paying for backstage passes and to like meet you as an artist and like do a picture with you and whatnot. They're your biggest fans. They are your biggest supporters. They are like crazy about whatever it is you're doing, whatever you're selling and whatnot. Like nothing could change their mind. Like they're down with you no matter what, okay? I mean, there's a lot of people in the business world, right? There's a lot of people that don't understand. If someone's such close friends with another person, like it doesn't matter how great your product or service you're selling is, you will never be able to sell that other person because they're great friends with that person. And like, it doesn't matter what you do, what pricing you have, what type of competitive advantage you have, you will never sell that decision maker because guess what? They're best friends with such and such person. And that friendship means so much more to them than saving money here or even having a better product or service. Something you got to understand. So with these 5 levels here, you cannot get frustrated if you truly understand the way they work, okay? The majority of people aren't going to want what you buy or aren't going to want to buy whatever you're selling, okay? They're not going to want whatever you're doing. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be your some days, okay? They're not interested today, but maybe tomorrow they will. Maybe next week they will. Maybe next month they will, okay? You're going to have a lot of bareleys. These are your customers, but they are barely your customers, okay? They're clinging on by a thread, you know? You're going to have a lot of people that are going to be your trues, okay? That are really with you, that are really supporting you, and you're going to have some people that are just your biggest fans of your company or business or whatever it is you're doing, where they're going to support you no matter what, and they're going to support you to the maximum level they could possibly support you. So if you understand this, and you understand that whatever you come out with, product service wise, you need to get it better and better and better and better until you get it up to such a super high level and then keep it at that such high level, you will be filthy rich. You will literally be, because all the other little tactics, you will understand. Because everything marketing wise, pricing wise, all those type of things, guess what? You're going to apply the better scenario to that, and you're going to figure out, okay, I need to come out with even a better marketing scheme, and you're going to keep getting better at that. Pricing, I need to be even better priced, and how do I get cost down on this, but still keep quality up and all those type of things. All the little tactics that go into business, as long as you apply the better, keep philosophy, and as long as you understand this, everything starts to come together. All the little stuff in business starts to come together. But if you don't understand those 2 base fundamentals, laws of probability, what the customer levels are, right? And if you don't understand that you need to keep getting better until you get up to a super high level, like nothing ever will work, okay? It's once you get those 2 together is when you can just go so much higher than you ever thought possible. So I've seen it done time and time again with entrepreneur after entrepreneur. I've seen it done in my own life, and it can absolutely happen in your life. And I think a lot of people that will kind of understand this, that maybe aren't filthy rich yet, but kind of understand this already. And so believe me, one day they will be filthy rich because they're going to adapt this absolute philosophy on getting better and better and better, and they're not going to ever get frustrated or get depressed or something because this works out. Even in stock market investing, this is still the same type of idea, right? Even in stock market investing, except as long as you got a good plan, you kind of can flip the script, okay? So if you can flip the script in stock market investing, you'll understand the majority of things are going to work out for you. The majority of stocks will work out. Then you understand there's going to be, you know, some that maybe someday will work out, they just haven't worked out yet. You're gonna have some that are barely working out, right? And then you're gonna have some that truly didn't work out, and you're gonna have some that just went disastrous once in a while. But as long as you stuck to your philosophy and you stuck to it, you're gonna have the majority be phenomenal. You can flip the script in investing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this today. This is definitely a video that can make you filthy rich as long as you actually apply these things out there in the real world. And by applying these two things and really fully understanding it, you get all the tactics. All the tactics start coming to you because you never get satisfied and things like that, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching and have a great day.